They're doing it. It looks like Apple has decided to release the iPhone 9 this month. Why, you ask? Because they're oh so petty. Got an exclusive for you. Let's do this. Want tech news in a way that doesn't suck? Subscribe and turn on notifications cause I said so. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Front Page Tech, the show that gives you all the latest tech news from one geek that is me to another that is you. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. John, you're standing weird. Yeah, I know. If it's not bad enough that I can't get my hair cut, because you know why, I can't go out and get my hair cut, so my hair's longer, I hurt myself drying my hair today. Literally, I put a towel up there, was drying my hair, moved wrong, and I pinched a nerve right here in my neck. And it feels like someone stabbed me in the side of the neck with a spork. And now I'm standing like Stephen Hawking, but his legs work. I'm in so much pain that it feels like I'm gonna pass out. But we still gotta do a show! Okay, so, first, Okay, so first up for the so much pain, story numero uno. I have a lot of leaks for you today, so we'll just start with this stuff. How about WWDC? So we were the first ones to tell you that the March event wasn't happening, it was canceled. And when we reported that, we also said that WWDC wouldn't be canceled, but would be modified. No face-to-face anything, just an online streamed event. Then, of course, Apple went ahead and announced themselves that WWDC is happening. They confirmed this in a press release, but said that it's going to be an all-new online streaming experience. But nowhere in that press release did they give us a date. So soon after that, I think it was a couple weeks ago, I tweeted out the date, that according to my sources within Apple, the date will be June 1st. Now, if you want to go ahead and pull up a calendar, we're going to be looking at calendars a lot in this episode. June 1st falls on a Monday. Now, if Monday seems weird to you, we'll go back to last year's calendar. This is June of 2019. WWDC happened last year on the 3rd, which was also a Monday. Now, of course, as you know, per usual, WWDC itself is mostly a software event. It's a developer event. That's sort of the point. But every so often we get hardware, and so here's some hardware you can expect this year. I hurt so much. So far, what has been scheduled in terms of hardware for WWDC is a MacBook Pro, Apple's brand new premium over-the-ear headphones, as well as AirTags. It seems we're finally going to be able to see those. Now, to be fair, a lot of this stuff has already been ready and was supposed to be announced during a March event, which, if they would have had it, would have been yesterday. Obviously, as you know, since we originally reported it and now March is over, the event didn't happen, it was canceled. So that stuff that was originally supposed to be at the event, like the over-the-ear headphones, those have been done since like late January. Those have been done and just sitting ready to ship, and Apple could theoretically announce them at any time, but it seems they're just picking them up and moving them to June, WWDC. It makes sense because the executives want to be on stage to be able to explain that sort of stuff. They want to be able to get on stage and tell you about headphones, the over-the-ear headphones, as well as AirTags, two brand new product categories for Apple at least, and they want to be on stage to introduce them to you so that they can Apple it up, magic and courage and stuff. Oh my God, we got headphones you put on your head. Don't go in your ear. Not this time. Put these on your head. We have found a way to put car speakers and put the band around and put on your head. Boom. You're welcome. Everybody else, like I said, magic and courage. Okay, so next up, for the next story today, this is not a leak from me. This information is not coming from me or my sources. This is just a regular smegala tech news story. Since we're talking about later on about Apple being petty, this lines up with that. Petty. If the word petty was a person, it would be Tim Cook. You heard it here first, folks. Tim Petty. He's like Tom Petty, but not. Apple, as of yesterday, has acquired my favorite weather app, and I'm assuming a lot of you love this app, Dark Sky. Dark Sky is a really well-made, highly detailed weather app that's been available for iOS and Android. And even now, if you check it, so it's still $3.99 in the App Store, but it already has Apple's name under it as the owner. Okay, but Jern, that's not very petty. That's just them acquiring an app. Ha! That's not it. Not only did they acquire the app for iOS, but they acquired Dark Sky and they plan on killing the Android app. If you didn't know, like a large portion of Dark Sky's users are Android users, and just not anymore. It's gonna go away and you gotta pick something else because Apple. So right now, at least, the Android and Wear OS apps for Dark Sky are going to work until July 1st, but that's not all. A lot of other weather apps apparently depend on the API provided by Dark Sky, and they're gonna kill that too. My other favorite weather app, Carrot, which I also pay for, uses the Dark Sky API. If you've never used Carrot before, you have to. You gotta go download it like right now. This is not an ad or anything, but the design is great, but more importantly, they send you vulgar, terrible notifications that insult you, and they're like I loved getting notifications. It's just like, fuck you, it's gonna rain. That's literally what happens. Now, other versions of Carrot, especially the paid versions, they give you the option to choose a different source other than Dark Sky, and Carrot actually put out a tweet yesterday, soon after this, being like, listen, y'all, we're gonna be fine. It's all gonna be cool. After all, apps that are using the API from Dark Sky, they have until the end of 2021. So Apple's gonna give them that long before they shut it down, and then they gotta do something else. So they have enough time to figure this out and rework stuff. I mean, listen, from a business oh god, I'm gonna die. This is hard. This is my life now. I'm just gonna die like this. This is it. Either way, it's gonna be fine. It makes complete sense I was trying to say, it makes complete sense from a business perspective. I mean, if you were Apple, you would do the same thing and just shut the other apps down for other operating systems like Android. That's fine. But it is petty. We can't deny that. Tim Petty strikes again. I hurt. Make it go away. I didn't have an ice pack. This is a frozen burrito out of the freezer. Oh, feels so good. Sorry, guys. You never seen a grown man put a fucking frozen burrito on his neck before? Come on now, grow up. Okay, so last up for the day, let's talk about iPhone 9. Of course, if you've been following along, you know that I was the first one to tell you that the iPhone 9 was canceled for the month of March, that it was not going to happen, that it had been delayed, but we didn't have a date as to when it was finally going to be announced. If it was going to be, there were some talks that they were going to wait till June, till WWDC, but it seems, I've been trying to keep you updated, I told you I would, it seems like finally, we got a date. Now, it's weird timing. In my opinion, it's sort of kind of bad timing. I mean, there's a lot of people that can't pay rent right now, but Apple's gonna be like, oh well, here's a new phone. But largely due to the economical situation and the fact that they're still a company that still has to make money like companies do, and they have shareholders and they have obligations to those shareholders, it seems that Apple has finally decided, and they're set on trying to release the iPhone 9 this month. On Monday, according to multiple sources of mine, Apple executives sat down, they had a meeting, and they decided tentatively the dates are going to be the announcement happening on April 15th, and then actually getting shipments out on the 22nd, so April 22nd for that. So if we pull up the calendar for this month right here, you can see the 15th is a Wednesday, and then the 22nd is a week after that. And I got some responses of people saying, well, that'd be weird. Why would Apple announce anything on a Wednesday? Well, here is the press release for the 2020 iPad Pro that just came out. They announced that on March 18th. Now, if we look at a calendar, March 18th, yep, was a Wednesday. Now, for those of you wondering why the plans have fluctuated so much for the iPhone 9, I know it's frustrating, but try to remember that we're kind of sort of in the middle of a pandemic right now, globally. Kind of a problem. So yeah, Apple has been struggling with making those decisions, but it seems like this is the one we're falling on right now. Of course, because of the fact that we're in the middle of a pandemic, those plans could change, but of course, I'll keep you updated with that. Now, for this next thing is gold. This is absolute gold, and I want to be clear. I want to be very, very clear, because I know what date it is. I know it's April 1st. This is nothing in this episode has anything to do with April Fools. None of it. I want to be very, very clear. This is not an April Fool's joke. This is real. So at this point in time, Apple is set on releasing the iPhone 9 in the calendar week 16. If you guys have never paid attention to like the numbers of the weeks of the year, week 16 features the dates April 13th through April 19th. And since technically it would still be happening within week 16, April 15th is the date that they want to announce stuff. But I'm also hearing from a very reputable source right now that they're also considering April 14th. So let's look at the calendar right here. In this instance, Apple would make an announcement, a press release on April 14th. That would be a Tuesday, and then shipments would come in on the 24th. That would be a Friday of the following week. Now, why is this significant, you ask? because OnePlus is scheduled to give us the OnePlus 8 and OnePlus 8 Pro on April 14th. And this wouldn't be the first time that Apple has done this. Apple has stolen OnePlus's thunder before. This has happened before. My God, if they did that, if they went with those dates, it would be ridiculous. Ridiculously, hilariously petty. And I'm told by my sources the reason that they're considering those dates is specifically to f with OnePlus. But don't you worry, old Jern has sent a little birdie over to OnePlus to inform them of the news too, so they know. I let them know before I let you know. Now, before you say anything or ask me, I know about the whole, like, Best Buy case leak thing. Urban Armor Gear, UAG, their case manufacturer, they actually sent stock over to Best Buy and asked it to be on the shelves by April 5th. So, of course, a lot of the media ran with that, was like, oh, it's gonna launch this week. iPhone 9 coming this week. Okay, but first of all, real quick, go back to a calendar. April 5th would be a Sunday. So, yeah, no. I mean, I guess that all my sources at once could be wrong about the mid-April launch, and I got bamboozled, and the iPhone 9 does launch this week by some miracle. I'd be impressed by that, actually. But listen, case manufacturers do not know. They're all just guessing. That's why this case here just says for the new iPhone 4.7-inch 2020. They don't know anything. They don't know anything about this phone. They just know it's like the iPhone 8, so they made a case like that. And if you remember, the original rumors were stating that there was going to be an event for the iPhone 9 held on March 31st, and then it would go live shipping worldwide on April 3rd. So I think UAG just didn't get the memo here, and they just stuck with the original rumor, and they were trying to be ready for April 3rd. Apparently, none of them are subscribed to Front Page Tech, whatever. Now, of course, it is a weird time for Apple to announce the iPhone 9 mid-April on the dates that I gave you when their stores aren't open. So, like, what are they gonna do? But as I reported on Twitter yesterday, alongside my dates for the iPhone 9 to be released and shipped, I said that to help with the launch of the iPhone 9, over the next 2 weeks, it gives them some time, Apple is going to be shipping iMacs to select retail employees who are being asked to work remotely. Those employees in particular will be trained in order to offer sales and tech support online for consumers, to try to make that experience as smooth as possible while things aren't working as normal. And of course, naturally, there's a bunch of people that doubt my information and my sources and doubt my leaks and think that I'm making all this up, which is fine. I got a piece of the puzzle for you guys too. Hours after I reported that, both Mark Gurman from Bloomberg as well as Mac Rumors have backed up that report, putting out similar reports stating that Apple is asking retail employees to work from home remotely. So if you don't believe me, there are 2 different reports from 2 independent, well-established sources that are giving you the same information that I gave you hours before them, which should put more weight on my initial report about the iPhone 9. So, at least for now, it looks like this is gonna happen, unless something catastrophic happens, which, knowing that it's the month of April and what we're facing this month with the the global pandemic, I wouldn't be surprised, but right now, pencil it in, we're looking at a launch for the iPhone 9 finally to happen in the middle of this month. Listen, you're smart. This isn't your first rodeo. You know why a VPN is so important, so vital, especially with a lot of us using the internet way more than usual right now, since we're all trapped inside. Well, with over 2,000 different servers in 140 plus countries, PureVPN allows you to be untraceable and protected on literally any device. PureVPN even offers a dedicated IP for you for optimum protection. They keep you safe and let you follow your own rules, not be a slave to regulations, especially right now. And the best part, during this time especially, we are working with PureVPN again to offer you an option to try their service first and purchase it later if you find it useful. The trial right now for our viewers is for 7 days and costs just 99 cents. Listen, I don't know about you, but that's kind of too good to pass up on right now, so click the link down in the description to learn more, and a huge thanks to PureVPN for supporting this community again. And that's it. That's the show. Hopefully you liked it, you learned something. If you did, hit the like button. If you hate my stupid face, the dislike button works too. If you're new here, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.